or Facebook, 3, Facebook paid Dennis Rodman. I could go 2 more layers deep, okay, if I wanted to. So we're going to pass 5 different variables in this special link to this page. They're hidden fields, and then that's also going to be added. So if anybody fills out this form, those tags are going to automatically be applied to the contact record. All right. So I want you guys to understand ultimately what's happening behind the scenes, because then strategically you guys can figure out how best to use those 5 different fields. I'm going to give you some suggestions. And show you how to do this. And then it should be pretty self-explanatory there. All right, so let's come back in, and I'm going to go to my marketing, and I'm going to go to my campaign tracker. Now the campaign tracker, this is specifically, I want to be clear here, this is specifically for online ad tracking, okay? So this is online link tracking. Your phone tracking is going to be separate. I kind of shared a little bit of the vision, and we do have a much clearer vision of how to create campaign tracking and add phone numbers into a campaign, add keywords, so it all kind of gets rolled into one campaign. So that I'll share more on that at a later date. Not today, it's probably too much. But so let's come in here and let's hit add new. And at this point, we're going to name the campaign link. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do Facebook Dennis Rodman ad. All right, now that's going to help me understand what it is later, right? I'm going to go ahead and where do I want it to go? If I select web page, I want to be clear, this is an internal web page. This is internal to REI Blackbook. Do I want to drive them to any individual landing page, which, frankly, you probably don't want to do that very often. You probably want to drive them to a page on your website. Or do I want to drive them to an external URL? So I could use a campaign tracking on any other external URL. Now, admittedly, those external URLs probably aren't going to have those 5 hidden fields, admittedly, okay? So, but we will. So you're probably 99.9% of the time going to drive them to a web page. So once I come in here, I'm going to search all of when I hit the drop down, it just shows me all of the web pages that I have in my account. So there's the Discount Deals St. Louis, and that's the join page. That is the page that we want to drive them to. Now these are the 5 data points, the 5 tags that I can secretly send to the web form, right? That people don't know about. So the first thing I'm going to do is, at its highest level, I could say, okay, well, you know what? This is my cash buyer campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to the cash buyer campaign. The source on this is going to be Facebook. The medium is going to be pay-per-click. Now I could do organic and things like that. I could do, and we're giving you some suggestions. Now the term, if let's say that I wanted to target fans of Dennis Rodman, right? I could come in here and say, all right, the terms are fans of Dennis Rodman. So that's the search, or I'm sorry, the audience that I'm trying to target in Facebook. And then the content is going to be, this is going to be a photo of Dennis Rodman with the championship trophy. And we can create that. And then I can make any notes. So I want you guys, I want you to think about this, all right? So we're trying to build our cash buyers list. I'm going to do it on Facebook. It's going to be a pay-per-click ad. I'm going to, use the audience for fans of Dennis Rodman. And I'm going to put a photo of Dennis Rodman with the championship trophy. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. At this point, I just created the tracking link that I'm going to use in my ad. So it's reibb.co/2GCU. That is a special link that if anybody clicks on that link, those data points are going to automatically be passed to that join form. Okay. Now, there's some other cool things I could do. I could change I could update the domain. So if I wanted to update the domain to a different domain in my list, I could do some of that cool stuff. But really, for the most part, especially with online ads, that's it. I'm just going to take that link and I'm going to use it. Now, I can come in and I'm going to add new, and I'm going to say Facebook Dennis Rodman, or I'm sorry, no, Facebook Redhead, right? We did Dennis Rodman. Redhead. Where do I want them to go? I want them to go to the same join page, right? It's still going to be part of my cash buyer campaign. It's still going to be Facebook. It's still going to be PPC, except this time I'm going to do fans of redheads. Now, this could probably get me in trouble in the real world, but we're going to go ahead and use it today. And then we're going to do redhead. Let's see, redhead with money, or no, with a property, because this is so in front of property. We're going to go ahead and say create that, and now let's save. And so now, even though the links look very similar, they are different. One is /2GCU. Let's zoom in on that. And the other one's 2GCB. All right. So it is very similar, but they are obviously different. So now, whenever I go into Facebook and I set up the ad with the redhead, and Facebook's going to say, hey, where do you want them to go? I'm going to say, I want them to go here. This is going to be the URL. And when I set up the Dennis Rodman ad, I'm going to set up this. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, and I'm going to throw this into the chat box. Do we not have a chat box anymore? What happened? What happened?
We can only see your Blackbook screen. Is that what you want?
Yeah, no, I was going to just throw the links in the chat box, but I don't even see a chat box on the GoToWebinar.
Oh, huh.
Not sure. Well, here's the deal. Anybody on here, you guys can, here's what I want you to do. We've got, I don't know, 30, 40 people probably on the call. So just type this in, https://reibb.co/GCV. Here, I'm going to take them and I'll post them into the Facebook Connect group. So let's go to Facebook. Let's go to the Connect group. All right, and this one was the redhead, right?
Yeah, GCV was the redhead.
Okay, so let's do there. We're going to do images. See what this gets us. All right. All right, cross your fingers that I don't cross any lines. All right, I'm not even going to be picky. We're just going to take the first one we see.
The truth about redheads? That's really funny.
It's cracking up.
My mom was a redhead.
Yep.
Just, all right. So everybody on the call, go ahead and you can go to the Facebook group. All right, so let's do Dennis Rodman now. Ooh, this is gonna be tight.
Cliff stacking, right?
Oh, I didn't realize we could have consolidated both of them. Damn it. All right. Let's.
You said with the trophy in your other.
Oh yeah, championship.
Yeah, that's just as dangerous scrolling through his photos.
It actually is probably more dangerous.
Yes, it is.
All right, so we're going to post the picture of and guys, look, I'm using this as an organic post. It's not really paid, but I'm not going to create a paid ad for this test. So just to be clear, so I'm going to come back into REI Blackbook, and now I'm going to use this link. And I'm going to go ahead and post this on inside.
This is a hard poll that you're putting out there, David.
It hits all your hot buttons, doesn't it, Risha?
It's a test of her allegiance.
Okay.
You know, Dennis Rodman's our favorite player of all time, not Michael Jordan.
That's why
I know. We've had this conversation.
The link in the redhead one.
What's that?
You forgot the link in the redhead post.
It should be part of the preview. Oh, you know what? Damn it! I deleted it because.
Oh, gotcha.
You guys act like I don't know how to find a link on Facebook ads or on Facebook posts.
You can just click her.
All right. So there we go.
And that's going to get clicks, both of them.
So so the bottom line, guys, is this though. This is true, sincerely, like really, really powerful, right? So what I want you guys to be clear on is I'm not running paid ads necessarily, but this is the whole point. Like, this is truly the point. I want to know which ad is going to work better. So if anybody clicks on this link, it's still going to take them to the same daggone page, but there's all this crazy stuff up here in the URL that you don't need to know how to read or understand. All of that data, since REI Blackbook's a smart system, it's looking at all that crazy stuff that you can't even read, and it's saying, oh, this was the Dennis Rodman Facebook ad for cash buyers with the championship trophy, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that there's some hidden fields that you can't see on this page, and it's automatically putting that data in those hidden fields. All right, so that whenever we go back into REI Blackbook now, let's scroll out here. Let's refresh our page. Okay, and so we've got 9 clicks and 8 clicks. Okay. Right, now nobody's filled out the page yet. All right, so basically we're not going to spend money on either one of these ads. So that's what we're not going to do, right? But isn't that important to know?
Yeah, the difference between traffic and conversion.
How many leads we got? But most importantly, what I want to be able to do, and I'm going to use this Facebook post cash buyer because I had 8 people fill that out, right, on a previous training or whatever, right? So typically that would be great to see. I got 28 people clicking to the site, and now I've got 8 leads, okay? If I click on the 8 leads, it instantly filters out the 8 leads. Now, if I talk to Debbie Smith, all right, and she says, do not contact me, then I'm going to tag her, do not contact. If I talk to Sarah Wright and I schedule an appointment and close the deal, I'm going to tag that accordingly. And so now I can come in and run filters and say, show me how many ads altogether I got from Facebook. And now here's the thing, because can you run ads for sellers and for buyers? So now I can run the whole campaign on Facebook or search on Facebook and show me every lead I generated from Facebook. And then I can say, you know what, man, I really want to know my Facebook ads, but I want to know cash buyers, right? I could do that. This is the beauty of tagging and simple tracking. So if you understand, and so hopefully, Rod,